Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
I am the Lord!
Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. If shoot you between the balls.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me, as always, is Pete. Say hello to the people, Pete.
You are all free.
Thanks for that, Pete. Appreciate that. And next to Pete on my screen is our lovely screen queen, Anna. Say hello to the people, Anna.
Hello. Howdy, howdy.
Oh, so, yep. It's birthday month, minus a birthday boy. Nate had an emergency and could not be here. And oh boy, I wish it would have been for Project Wolf Hunt, not this movie we're doing tonight. Yeah. I have a grasp of that other movie so much more than I do of this week's movie that he picked for his a whole lot of fucking bees. I don't know. The big, beautiful
Bloody,
Bill month.
big,
I don't know.
Beautiful, bloody, bonkers, bonanza, birthday bash, or something like that.
Anna did it eloquently. I cannot. I just know that we are covering Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky. Also,
Yep,
no
we sure
trailer.
are.
I was about to say, is there a trailer?
There's no
So
way
there-
there's a trailer.
There are trailers. So I do have to at least admit this. There is a, of that, I think it's Mandarin language trailer that's 4 minutes long.
Oh God.
Then I found
Wow.
then I found an English one for 2 minutes. And while the trailer was pretty cool, and they do use the English dub, they use about 5 sentences in 2 minutes. And then a pretty rockin' song. So if you want to watch it, just found it on YouTube. And then there's a 1 minute one that has no dialogue. So
That's even better.
thanks everyone for thinking about podcasters. when
I
you
don't
make
think
your movie.
voiceover guy would have much to say in a world where
People go
fight
to prison.
and you go to prison and I think somebody died that you loved and then the warden's a really bad guy and then somebody else comes in and then the warden turns into a monster or something.
Yeah.
And,
And holy shit, where
and then
did all this
there's-
blood come
then there's
from?
cocaine and lots of blood and that
Opium,
world.
not cocaine.
Yeah,
cocaine.
opium
Opium,
and
sorry.
all that good stuff. So, y'all are going to have to forgive us because the person who's supposed to be driving this train is not here. So
This
I will
crazy
do
train.
It's a crazy train. It's a crazy train. So, I will.
We don't know how to drive, y'all, so
Ah,
we're gonna
It's not for this one.
not
Not
for this-
over there. It's on the wrong side of the road. I don't understand
I
the
think
signs.
We
this-
can't read the directions. It's not in our language.
I don't have the right CDL for this. It's
no,
beyond my training.
no.
So
So
strap in, y'all.
Right.
thankfully, I will do this. This is the best thing I can do for myself right now. So I got it pulled up on the wiki. Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky, also known as Story of Ricky, is a 1991 Hong Kong martial arts splatter film written and directed by Lam Nai Choi. If I fucked that up,
Good
I'm
enough.
sorry. The film is loosely based on a Japanese manga of the same name by Masahiko. I'm getting there. Takajo and Tetsuya Saruwatari,
Hey,
who
you're doing pretty good.
also co-wrote this film. The film stars Fan Siu Wong, Fan Mei Xiong, Siu Wong's real-life father, Ho Kakuri, Gloria Yip, and Yukari Oshima.
Wow.
Fan Su Wong plays Riki-Ho Leek Wong, a young man who has superhuman power and fighting abilities. Originally known in English as Story of Ricky, later releases were sold under the title Riki-Oh, The Story of Ricky. The film has had a limited theatrical release in the United States in 1993, is well known for its acting, story, extremely brutal and highly unrealistic violence, as well as its high camp factor and extremely poor English dubbing. This film is considered a cult film and has an approval rating of 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
how about that shit?
that's a lot to digest here. I am also playing it beside me right now just so I can go, oh yeah, that's what
that
happened.
happened.
Because I've only seen this movie one time, and that was last night.
Same.
Wow.
Same. I thought you'd seen it before, Charlie.
You know, I may have thought I had at some point. And I think it's just because I've heard of this movie so many times,
Right.
but it's not. I will say readily available, even though it is on YouTube. But a good copy or a good rip is not that easy to get a hold
No,
of.
it's really not. It's
Yeah.
really, I had a hard time finding it, and I finally bought it about a year ago. And well, you guys, this is your first
Well,
watch.
I was gonna say we're due histories. Mine and Anna have 0.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Pete, we're just gonna defer to you and be like, "What's your history with Ricky?"
So we've all seen clips of some of these ridiculous splatter violence.
I had seen that.
And
I had.
Brandon Teenals on YouTube. He's a very funny movie reviewer, and he really digs through some shit. And this was one that he reviewed. Tennolds is his name, Brandon Tennolds. He does a great job. I find him entertaining. And I did see his review on that. So I went out, I found a copy on Amazon, and I bought it. And I watched it about a year ago, and I did not have a desire to watch it again until Nate picked this. Not because I didn't enjoy it, but because it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I watched it on, what was it, Friday night, and then again this morning before work, just because. And I still don't know. Yeah. I'm still going to be very confused as to what exactly how this thing plays out. I do know that it's a Golden Harvest production.
I saw that, and I was like, well, I know this intro, I know this opening, artwork that come across, and it said Golden Harvest. And I was like, damn,
yeah.
Okay.
They were a competitor of the Shaw Brothers of Shaw Productions.
Yeah,
and I think they operated from like the early 70s to fairly recently in the 2000s. I don't think they got into the teens, but I think they've been around till the 2000s ish.
Right.
So they are a factory of movies. They just crank them out. Short films, and those kung fu movies are just nonsense anyway. Delightful nonsense, don't get me wrong. But yeah, this is, I think I read that they hired this guy after he did a movie, and they just flew him into Hong Kong and said, "You got the job." And he hadn't auditioned or anything. They just gave it to him.
Damn.
That's what I read. You look right. Let's go. You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
He's a good-looking kid.
If Golden Harvest, didn't they? I didn't watch these growing up. But did they do like some Bruce Lee movies too?
Yeah.
So,
Bruce Lee was some of his earlier stuff before it got super popular. Some of his earlier stuff was definitely
because
Golden
I was
Harvest.
catching
Jackie Chan as well.
I was catching a handful of Bruce Lee references in this movie, and I went, I'm pretty sure Golden Harvest did that, because they probably had the rights.
Yep.
To this. Not that anyone over there cared about rights with movies when they were making these.
So if I know right, it came out in a limited release in '93 in the United States, super limited release, and then it came out bare bones DVD, and then the one I have is Tokyo Shock, I think, or no, it's a different one. I don't have it with me.
It's all right.
It's one of those mid-level boutique videos, and the guy that directed Hobo with a Shotgun did the intro, which was interesting. Nice. The director of Hobo with a Shotgun.
Okay.
He did a long intro. It doesn't matter. It was 2-3 minutes long. So I was surprised to see him. The subtitles don't work on my copy. Even though it says subtitles available, there's no subtitles, and the sound is terrible. Just
Okay.
media blaster.
Anna, we got off great with our library
yeah.
pick.
Yeah,
because picture was fantastic on.
It was a
watched.
great copy.
Well, Criterion's got their hands on it now, and I think it's floating around on the Criterion channel, minus
that might be the
a
rip.
release.
Yeah, that might be the
Criterion's got their fingers on a bunch of Asian cinema that I desperately want to get a hold of, and I don't have Criterion channel, and they haven't released Blu-rays of a few of these films yet. One I want to bring to this.
We're just now getting John Woo movies. I know we've talked about that before. I mean,
we did.
Just now getting good copies of this stuff. So I'm just surprised for a movie that I'm now finding out that is highly regarded among the cult following of it, that it has such shitty releases, or someone hasn't just mass produced a bunch of bootlegs to get it out there, because I had no knowledge of this, honestly, I think till Nate really started talking about it. Like you said, I'd seen clips. We've all, I won't say all, but most people have seen the final battle clip and a couple of the prison fight scenes.
Like that.
I went, oh,
when the fist punches together. That
yeah,
everybody's seen that.
Yeah, I watched this and not a lick of it was familiar to me.
Kidding? How about
nothing?
That's fascinating. I mean, but I'm not shocked because I had not seen the movie either, so I was going into it, and I gotta admit, I didn't realize how campy I was getting in for this movie. I kind of wish someone had said it's a very, very gory kung fu hustle. If someone had said that, my mind would have went, I got you. And I would have been totally fine when I hit play and started. The first 30 minutes of this movie is Jackie and me going,
huh?
I have no idea. Like, she's looking at me and I went, I didn't pick it. And yeah, Jackie sat and watched this whole ass movie.
She watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
She didn't blame me for this one, did she?
No, I'm going to say she watched it. She laughed her ass off every time something insane. She had her moment. We're watching it and she's asking questions, the opening stuff. And it gets to a thing where he crushes dude's fingers and the guy holds his hand up and they're in all different directions. She lost it. She was rolling. And I went, this movie got you. I can already tell. This movie has you like hook, line, and sinker. And she laughed at every insane moment that this movie had to offer. And I was having a lot of fun watching her. I'm laughing too, but I'm also like, what is going on?
Well, listen, I gotta say, sometimes with these movies, I'm still skeptical. I'm like, man, I don't know. And some of them are hard to follow. Look at fucking Yakuza Apocalypse. No offense, Pete, but that thing was like, what was the plot?
Bonkers.
Why are we here? What's going on? This was very easy to follow for me. Like the story was easy to follow.
Really?
And I think another thing that kind of helped too was being in the prison setting, and everything was very bland. There wasn't a lot going on visually other than Ricky and all the kung fu and the chaos he's causing. So that was like our main focus was him and what's going on with the other prisoners and the wardens and stuff like that.
Right.
So everything going on around them was very plain. And it's like, okay, I've got the basic premise. This guy's going to prison. I'm going to figure out what happened. And then just like if you watch any prison show or anything like that, there's different gangs, for lack of better words. These are divvied up into different wings, north, south, east, and west. Mm-hmm. They're also growing opium there because in foreign countries, it's like the Wild West in prisons.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? You can do whatever you want to.
These are all privatized.
Right.
That was one of the things they
business.
said early on. It's a business. All these prisons are privatized and whatever. I don't know if that's true in reality, but yeah, that's why they got away with a lot of this.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think so Anna saying that, when I say I don't know what the hell's going on, I agree with her. I fully understand the plot. The plot is fairly loose and straightforward. I don't understand why I'm seeing what I'm seeing on the screen. Like, what are you doing? I didn't know this was a manga. Okay.
I didn't either.
So,
Yeah, until you
and to
just said that.
me, manga, anime, I don't care
Not
if
your
you
manga
guys
team.
love it. It's the same fucking shit. All right. I know one's done a different way than another, but to me, in my
It's basically
brain,
a cartoon.
it's same stuff. So I'm watching this movie going, what, why are we doing this? What is your thought process on what you're trying to accomplish here? Because if you want to just go gory, cool, let's go gory. But you're being silly, but you're laying in on the silly. Like you're in on the how bad this is type joke. And
Yeah.
you're adding to it, but then you're also trying to be shockingly gory. And I'm like, to me, just because I had no preconceived notion of what I was getting ready to watch, my brain was just like, I don't know how we're supposed to respond right now.
It's a weird
Like,
tug and pull, push and pull. Like, how am I supposed to feel? Am I supposed to
yeah,
be shocked or am I supposed to laugh? Or is it supposed to be like both? Am I supposed to be
right.
both at the same time?
When I watch like Dead Alive, which would be a perfect reference, actually be a great double feature with this movie.
Oh my god!
It keeps the same tone and just gets more and more and more insane. There's never a moment where it really, really tries to be a serious, scary horror movie or anything like that. Tonally, it's the same throughout. This one, it's like, oh, there's a whole subplot about the death of his girlfriend, sister. Still don't fucking know.
I think it was his
Not-
girlfriend.
I think it was a girlfriend, but it's
Probably.
still a little ambiguous.
It could be either way.
Yeah. And I'm supposed to get an emotional connection with Ricky, but yet I just watched his girlfriend scream and run off the top of a building and then immediately transition into a dummy that just has
Super
the
Dave Oswald
flattest
style.
it's the flattest thud. Just thud. That's it. No blood.
Oh no!
Again, at this moment in this movie, I'm expecting a geyser. No, this thing just, that's it.
I wonder if
just
it's because
lands.
it was a woman. I wonder if they
Why-
wanted to keep it kind of like not so, like
I
you know,
guess. But
gory.
then also I have an assistant warden with nothing but porn videos on the shelf
Sure did.
behind
I was
him.
like, what kind of office? You sick fuck. He's
got one
weird,
eye,
man.
one
Yep.
hand, and he's got a hook for one hand. So
You know,
he's
some
watching all
hookers
that
took
porn.
those.
I really hope that that he doesn't mix his hands up.
I
Ooh.
don't think you know what? I'd be surprised if he even does it himself. But yeah, this
Ew.
I was really, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy this movie. This is where I think the difference is. Nate has a love of this movie, and he would have carried us through this with his love of it. Me, it's now going, I enjoyed this, but what do I actually think about this movie? Because I adore movies like Kung Fu Hustle. I can watch that movie any time of day. I love the
That's-
Looney Tunes of it.
It's Looney Tunes and it's telling jokes. This one doesn't tell any jokes. This
There are
one's
no jokes.
no jokes. They're playing it straight. Which is really what I find most fascinating. That they got the script. They're playing it straight. No one's going waka waka off to the side. There's ridiculousness happening all over. Hands are exploding. Heads are exploding. Pig brains
Faces
are
are
spilling out of skulls.
falling on boards with nails in them.
Yeah.
I mean,
He kicks a dog in half.
He sure does.
for no reason.
I was like, now, come on. That was unnecessary. And doesn't he try to strangle him with his intestines, at that
intestines, yep.
point? Yeah.
Oscar tries to strangle him with the intent,
He-
which to me was the highlight.
He commits seppuku and
Seppuku.
cuts his intestines open, and Ricky goes to say, "Oh, you're committing suicide because they've beaten you, and this is the ritual way to do it." He reaches into his stomach, pulls out his intestines, and starts strangling Riki-Oh. Ladies and
But
gentlemen,
there is a
what this
joke
movie is
because
all about.
I'm pretty sure Riki-Oh goes, "Oh, I see you do have some guts." I think
Yes!
that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does
Somebody
say
says that.
Right.
Somebody says
Yeah.
that. I caught it. I was like, Matt, I see you.
Well,
I see you.
I refuse to walk through this movie, even though I don't think
It's
it would
going to
help
be
at
hard
all.
not to, though. I've got to
But-
admit.
I'll start with where
Without
things
Nate.
really started to get weird for me. And Ricky gets put in prison. We find out he's 21, manslaughter, all this other stuff, and he's got 5 bullets in his chest.
He's a
I thought
cutie
that
too.
was dude is ripped.
And he's got a cake too at the end when he was like hunched and squatting. I was like, okay, Ricky.
I like it. But I'm
Yeah, I
sitting there
see you.
going, why did we not get this guy in a Street Fighter movie? Just
Oh, that'd be
Oh.
great. Yeah.
yeah, this guy screams, video game fighter stance. 5 bullets in his chest, which I guess is a very important thing in the manga. I did read this is loosely based on the manga. They didn't include everything because even when they made the movie, they went, we're not getting another one. So we can't leave it for other stories to finish this story. Let's try to get one
We
and
gotta
done.
Cherry pick the best parts and
And
try to
I
make a
think
movie
that's
out of
my
it.
issue. I actually think the story is probably better in the manga, and that's what I'm missing in this. Going, I don't understand it, but if I knew what the whole story was, I'd probably be like, okay, I get it. I
Very
know what.
similar to Uzumaki that we covered a couple of weeks back, Spiral. It was also based on a manga, and they ended up doing a limited series a couple of years back, but the movie was very
there's
much
a
the
cartoon,
same
right?
way. The movie was very much the same way where
Just a one and done.
it was one and done and condensed. Like a bunch of the things that happen in certain chapters were shoved into the story as a whole, and sometimes it worked. And I think we all agreed that they kind of did the best they could. This I don't know so much, but I'm not as familiar with the manga.
I
Like
read
Pete was
briefly.
Spiral
Yeah,
on that one.
I read some trivia on this. Is about the most I got into it. Just because, one, I wanted to know a little bit more, and 2, I was just like, what was you thinking when you made this? That was my thought. Because
Right.
once he gets intaked, we get thrown into the prison setting, and I agree. I like the prison setting. It's bland. It's simple.
It's a
It
prison.
feels spacious yet closed in at the same time,
Yeah.
and that's a benefit to this movie. But we end up in a washroom with an old man brushing his teeth, doing this stuff, and some guy's pissed off at him about a towel. And I'm watching this old man get his ass kicked. And I'm like, okay, over the top. I've watched Shaw Brothers.
Mhm.
I get this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, a train appears out of nowhere. And I went, a wooden train, everyone. And I was like, where was that? Oh, well, okay, maybe it was laying on a table. I don't know. And they start fighting and beating this old man up and broke his train. And the motherfucker pulls a block plane for woodworking out of thin air. And I was like, is this Highlander? This is Highlander rules. Everyone has a sword. And I just have to believe this. But it is not a small block plane. It was a large one.
Yeah.
And also a prisoner has a razor sharp tool around in the prison walking around. Cool. And then they slice the front of his face off, but it doesn't kill him. But I'm just like, well, what?
A lot happened in a very short amount of time.
We're 10 minutes into the movie at this point.
Yeah, but
that's-
this whole interaction's 30 seconds, and I'm just, whoa, what am I watching? What is going on? And Ricky shows up, stops it, and then all of a sudden, several people have walked into this room. But when the main bad guy turns around to walk out the door, he falls down on a board with a bunch of nails in it. Nowhere in the camera anywhere else. The guard didn't step on it. The other inmates didn't step on it. But this guy loved the dummy head. Like anything. That got a good chuckle out of me. And he jumps up and screaming. And I was just, that's the moment where I went, oh, I have no idea what I'm in for. I thought it was just going to be gory. You know what I mean?
Right.
What you're in for is
That's
more
what I
of
thought.
this.
I didn't think there was
Yeah.
actually going to be a story that I could follow and understand in this. I thought it was just going to be chaos and gore, which it
I thought
is. But
a long martial art movie with a lot of gore in it. Just that's kind of what I had in my head, kind of what I had built up in my head. Going, okay, all right, that's fine. I'm down for that. I mean, we just did Old Boy, which wasn't as gory as I thought it was.
yeah,
But it's nonstop action. We did Project Wolf Hunting, that I still say has way too much blood. Go figure. I need Riki-Oh and Project Wolf Hunting to just kind of get together, make a little baby, and give me the best version of those two movies. That's actually Ninja Assassin. This is what I just created. Is basically
Give the baby to old boy. Like, this is what you
give the baby to
become.
old boy, let him raise it, don't fuck it, and do all
Oh no,
Yeah, we went there.
You set me up
I
way
did.
too easy
I
with that
did.
one.
Oh
So, and now we are following the story. There's no pun I'm intending here, but now we follow the story of Riki-Oh.
man.
And
Great lead-in.
it was wild because I kept watching this movie and I'm like, shit, they're really trying to make him a very sympathetic character. And he's even sympathetic to the other prisoners in this movie.
Yeah, I like
doesn't
that.
actively try to kill anyone unless he's pushed to that limit and they're trying to kill him. Throughout till the end of the movie, basically, he is doing the same thing. I was intrigued by that, but it just added to the disjointedness of what I had preconceived in my head, what I was going to get in this movie. And I really think if I watch this one or two more times, I'll get over that. I'll be like, I know what I'm in for. Let me just take it in and have fun. That's what I'm missing here. That's where, I've got it playing right now and I know every scene, like he's covered in concrete right now.
Oh yeah, it was gnarly.
It's
God dang.
Looney Tunes. How many times did Wile E. Coyote get covered in concrete and then you hit him with a hammer and it would all shatter? Yeah. It all shatter off of him. I'm watching this and I can't help but he just busted out of it. Also, he's extremely strong, supernatural. No idea.
That has
Sort
to
of,
be something
sometimes.
with his backstory, like in the manga or whatever. Because we do get some really cool. I wonder if Tarantino was inspired by this because it made me think of Kill Bill when he was like meditating and going back to his sensei and his training and kind of. I felt like in those moments he was kind of relearning everything and while also simultaneously like building his strength up to be even greater.
Kind of
And
like the
that's
bride in the coffin type scenes or the foot.
Exactly. That's kind of what that boiled down to for me. I was like, man, I really like this. I wonder if Tarantino
So
got some
there's a
inspiration.
there's
Go
a
ahead.
scene where he meets his uncle in a flashback, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he's
graveyard.
meditating. He sits down
And he's
in
meditating. We get this flashback of he and his uncle says, "Hey, you were strong when you were a kid. Are you still strong?" He says, "Yeah, watch this." And chippy choppy, hippy hoppy
Does a bunch of Power Ranger moves.
Yeah, right. And he says, "Okay, but only you can only be really, really strong if you follow my way of kung fu."
Mhm.
And we don't see that montage, which is weird because that's every kung fu movie I've ever seen has had some sort of a training montage.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there
but
was
that
a little
happens-
one
not like
Well,
like
I
I'm
mean,
used
the,
to.
the
in the
gravestones.
cemetery. Yeah,
Yeah,
with
the gravestones
Oh, okay.
is like
Right.
a
Yeah,
demonstration.
you're right.
I think what Pete's talking about is actually teaching him
right.
the actual what to do on this. I did read though that in the manga, the warden at the end is someone who trained
With his uncle.
either with his uncle.
Yeah.
I wondered about that.
He said that in the movie.
I got that vibe.
I trained under
yeah.
the same sensei, which was his uncle.
Exactly.
So, yep.
Yes.
So,
Okay. I knew.
and he was older, so he had a more advanced powers.
He was
sort of.
stronger. Yeah, he was
That's why
he was the
became
big bad.
Bianca or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ricky's power was, I don't know if he was trying to hide it, but he was vulnerable a lot and got his ass kicked a lot.
He gets the shit beat out of him,
But
but
then
he's
bulletproof
Wolverine
at
in this
times,
movie.
and he
I think he's a
punches
kid
hole
at
through
heart.
a concrete wall. It was the only part of this that was frustrating to me was the inconsistency of Ricky's power. And
No,
I guess
I'm with
you
you
don't
on
have
that.
much of a movie if he's indestructible and unstoppable through the whole thing.
It's like he can be wounded, and I was kind of equating it to, well, it's shitty movie making. They're just going to edit it out as if nothing happened. But I think they're trying to lead into the fact that he maybe heals really fast.
Mhm.
He gets a nail driven through his hand. He gets his arm ripped.
And he
open.
ties his
the
veins or whatever. I was like, oh
That
my
was
God.
cool.
It was the
I
best.
was like,
that was
that
gnarly.
was gross, and I was like, I like
Badass.
this, tying a knot in his own arteries.
Somebody chopped part of his arm off, like sliced it,
Yeah,
and he couldn't use his arm anymore, so he reaches into his arm, pulls out the tendons, and ties it in a knot.
Fix it.
Oh my gosh. And then later
And he's
on, I was
okay.
looking, he was doing this, and I was like looking at his arm. I was like, that motherfucker heals fast. And I got to
I
chuck,
did it,
I got
I
to
did it
chuckle at
whenever
it.
he got the claws in his hands. Like,
Oh,
as soon
yeah.
as he leaves that office, the next scene,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no wound in his
Not a
hand
bit.
at
Nope.
all. Also, Jackie kept going, where's the bullet holes from his 5
Don't worry
bullets
about
in
that.
his chest?
He's
She's like, where's the
smooth-chested.
wounds? Oh, he's baby smooth. There ain't
Yeah.
a lick of hair.
Oh, yeah.
It'll lick a hair.
Nothing on there, baby. Just
He uses
It's
Right,
all in
right
his
on.
eyebrows, bless his heart. He's got a unibrow.
He did have the unibrow, but he had a really kind of unique look to him too that I really kind of dug. I saw
Yeah,
the
he did.
pictures of the manga, and I kind of get why the producers picked him, because he's kind of like ripped right out of the manga.
Oh yeah.
You know, it looked very, very accurate to it. But yeah, there's a whole, like, in the book, he has like a symbol on his hand. He has a brother that's involved with a lot. They were like, we had to cut so much stuff, but we still wanted the fans of the manga to be like, okay, this is at least something we're getting. I was like, I feel you. We went through the early days of Marvel where here's a movie. It's the best we can do.
Oh boy,
you
we
know,
did.
for a long time. But no, and again, I was enjoying what I was watching, and the more I kind of let myself go and just be like, okay, some weird and wild shit is just going to start happening, I was down with it. But then it would make really, really dumb decisions. And I was watching the scene where he's already fought with some of the bosses in the 4 points, and they put him in the cell where the ceiling is crushing him. So we get the Star Wars scene.
I was like,
He's lifting this thing. He fights with Zoro. Fucking Zoro. What's that
man
translation?
was huge. Good Lord.
Zoro busted through the fucking wall,
Which
and
there's
the
still a
whole
hole.
time Ricky's
still
holding that goddamn ceiling. Is there still a hole? There is
Kool-Aid man.
exit stage left. Just
Oh, yeah.
go out the wall.
Ah.
Never does it. And they show a wide shot of Ricky coming through the bars. The fucking hole's still over there. He could have just
He could have done
Fuck
this and
off
did like
out
a
of-
little slide, a little waddle.
little crab
Crab
walk.
walked over to the wall.
The Zoidberg from Futurama. But I understand they're focusing more on the honorable thing because he's upset that Zoro is about to die and sacrifices his life for him, even though he ripped Zoro's jaw off.
Tore
30
his
seconds.
jaw off.
Didn't kill him though.
It's somehow Zoro's still alive. I don't know.
Somehow Zoro's jaw is still attached
Oh,
to when
shh,
he
don't worry
needed to
about that.
walk, when he needed to talk.
He's able to
He
talk
likes
too.
the uppercut through the jaw. He did that,
That
a
was-
few times.
It went right through the soft palate right here.
Yeah,
and just,
man.
You saw his fingers, and I'm like, all right. And then Zoro's got his mouth back, and I was like, come on, a little
Yeah.
consistency here or there. You know, there was some touching moments, I'll admit. Pete was making a joke earlier, not about the touching point, but we were making a joke about something in the movie. He teaches Oscar's godson, they call him, which had to be a translation, to play the flute because he can't use
Yeah.
the leaf as a whistle because he's doing that. And Riki-Oh's like, oh, it's real easy. You take it and you blow lightly and you curl your tongue. And then the godson opens his mouth and his tongue's been cut out. So he
Got no
can't
tongue.
talk. He knows all the secrets of the prison, so he's not supposed to talk. But all in all, this scene is very touching. Ricky teaching him what to do, gives him a flute
Gives
so
him
he
a
doesn't
flute.
need to use a
So
tongue.
he can play. Yeah, that was really sweet.
It's a recorder, not a flute. You
They said
music
flute
people.
on the
Yeah.
dub, okay?
I
What
know
did
they
Pic-
said flute, and
What
We're
did Picard play? Was it the
it's-
piccolo?
It's a recorder.
A recorder.
It's a-
Okay.
He's like,
I
"That's what
don't
this
want
is."
my music people to call me up and tell me
That's
it's a triangle.
fair.
He is an
Apologies.
avid triangle player, so we strive to be as accurate as we can with instruments and what they are called and their provenances.
Charlie and I are
So-
ignorant swine. Pete's the
are.
Beethoven.
Jesus Christ.
But I liked it, and the music they're playing too, I
Oh my
kind of
God.
chuckled at because the kid's playing it, and it's like the kid's never played a flute in his life, and he's blowing on it, and you're like, oh, he's getting there. Holy shit, this dude's playing a whole symphony, and then he stops playing, but the music keeps going. I went, oh, okay, it was the music in the soundtrack was going. But it was touching, and honestly, I kind of like it because now I care that the godson gets killed, because he lets it. It's very weird to say this. He lets it slip that opiates are being grown on there, not by saying it, but because he's using opioid leaves as his instrument. And Ricky's like, I know what this is. It's fucking marijuana, right? Just say no. This is
The
bad.
reefer.
Drugs are bad. Okay. And so Ricky puts it together, but because now they know that Ricky knows, oh shit. We're gonna breeze over so much stuff. Basically, for whatever reason, the prison hates this guy because he can stand up to him, but yet they don't really do a whole lot to stop him. And I don't really fully understand what's going on there. He seems unkillable, but yet they torture the shit out of Ricky this entire movie, and they're just never able to just fucking kill him, burn him. Like, we haven't tried burning yet. You burnt somebody in this movie.
They also haven't just tried. They also never just tried like point blank shooting him in the brain. Like they never tried that.
He dodges the one bullet because of the platter. Like, you saw the bullet sticking in the platter.
Oh,
dude threw the gun down. Like, Ricky wasn't bulletproof.
He gives up. Yeah,
it's very James Bondy, where instead of just putting a bullet in his head, they bury him for 3 days or something like that.
It's torture. They get more on torturing than they do.
Just hang him up and like string him up once too, and
they stitch him up.
That's
the
right.
Dude that throws needles. They crucified one of the prisoners with chains and a cross. I don't know why,
but that's
they just did.
Yeah, Anna's right. They don't just end him. They have to torture him for whatever reason. It's much more interesting to maybe they're just having fun.
It all boils down to the fact that he just won't take their shit.
Yeah,
that's really defiant. What it all comes down to. He goes to prison for a crime that he committed, and he just won't take the shit from the fuckers in there, and that's why all this stuff happens. And then he finds out about the opiates, of course, but that's where it starts. Is that just people in prison, gangs and guys doing prison shit, and him not taking it.
I think he, at his core, is a good and just person.
Yeah,
I think he killed a warden or something. He killed a police officer that was involved in his girlfriend's death.
It was something to do with the girlfriend's death.
Yeah, and they caught him, threw him in jail. And as he's seeing these injustices happening to other inmates, he's standing up for these other inmates because they can't. And the first person he picks on is one of the four bosses.
Oscar. It's the only name I could remember. It was Oscar.
Right.
He had the Yakuza tattoos.
Yeah.
She
got skinned later.
For some reason, someone also said, "Oh, once you see." My favorite thing in this movie, before I'll get back on my point, but I have to bring this up because I was so fascinated with the peanut gallery in this movie. The other prisoners running to windows or surrounding it, and the chitter chatter they would do, and it's all dubbed. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And they sound like 1950s gangsters half the time.
One guy sounded Italian. I was like, wait, that does not work here. What?
You're not going to believe what Ricky just did over here. And that's what triggered me, because at some point, when Ricky has to fight Oscar has his shirt off, and the one guy goes, when Oscar shows his tattoos, only blood can let him put it back in, or some shit like that. And I'm like, he had it on in the shower. I don't know. What is this rule all of a sudden? But the chitter chatter, I want to go back and watch it and not give a shit about anything else in the movie except what the other prisoners are talking
to the
about.
Background noise.
Because it was hilarious.
And they're also explaining a lot of stuff that's going on too. Yes. Because at the beginning, when the one guy dies, and there's a shot of them going past all the cells and they're talking about what happened, It's like, oh, his parole was just about to be granted too. At that point, I first time watch, I'm thinking, and then Ricky walks out in the rain and pulls the sheet back, and just the way he reacted, I was like, was he related to him? Did he know him somehow? And it just turned out, that no, he just does not want people to die. Ultimately.
And where did Ricky get a wooden train? Where are these wooden trains coming from in this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Oscar broke the other one. Do
They
we
got
have
a wood
super
shop.
glue?
Woodshop class in the prison. Yeah. That's probably what they're doing.
I had a flashback too. I was watching part of this. It may be an influence. I don't know. But this whole thing with the guy with the glasses remind me of Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood and all them, because you had the old guy. He just wanted to do his woodworking. He was in the metal shop or something, and they took his paint away. And he wasn't allowed to paint anymore. So in the wood shop, he ran his own hand through the bandsaw and cut his fingers off because he was useless to his mind. And then whenever they show the old man hung himself because he got denied parole to go see his kids, I went, oh shit, there's the tonal stuff. I was like, this isn't a fun campy movie with a fucking dude, not just a shadow of it. Camera pans across and this guy's fucking swinging, just killed himself. I'm like,
there's moments where you're like, damn, it
like,
goes hard.
It does. I will give them some props though. I really thought they were going to go as far as with Ricky's girlfriend when they drop her off to the.
You read my mind. That's what I was going to say. I was just about to say. I thought there was going to be some grape in it when she gets thrown on the bed.
I was about to yell at Nate. I was like, you pulled a Pete, goddammit. Don't do this shit. Oops. But she run that, and again, I guess tonally it makes sense. She'd rather kill herself than be subjected to what they were going to do. And maybe it's just because it was a cheap movie. The dummy fall kills any emotion in that scene. And, I was waiting for the woo, 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 as she runs and jumps off the roof. It just lands.
Or pulls a Benny Hill and just stands up and runs away.
I was waiting for that. At that point, nothing was shocking me.
Nothing was off the table.
Nothing was off. No one can die. Like, I'm still not 100% sure anyone died in this movie because shit that should have killed people didn't. A guy gets sliced open in his gut and he still fights for another 5 minutes. It makes no sense. Ricky's healed. Next scene, cut, boom, there he is again. And I'm like, either you're really shitty at editing or you just forgot to tell me that he could heal really fast. All you had to do is show me that. Show me the uncle in the flashback saying, you have a lot more powers than you realize. Cut Ricky's hand and then have him make a fist, open it up, and the cut's gone.
Boom.
There you went.
Yeah.
I did it in 30 seconds. Instead, I got 3 minutes of him fighting headstones, which was great, by the way. I'm not complaining.
When the uncle's standing there, then the next shot, there's like 10 of them on either side of him.
All around. Is he taking people's headstones or did he bring these with him? Is this if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball moment and just start throwing headstones?
That's what it is, yep.
He punches both hands through. I don't know what the lesson was. You will see how much more stronger you are other than just breaking. And he punches his hands through the headstone and it's hanging.
It just hangs there?
Now you understand the strength it takes. And then just throws a headstone at him. And I was, what's the lesson? I don't understand the lesson here.
Don't get hit. Yeah.
Nate is screaming at us right now because either we have
don't understand
every point he was going to make
this movie.
That's okay, Nate. I'll give you a chance to catch a break because we're going to as well. Let's hit a commercial.
You want a war? Well, you got it right after this.
Are you looking for a movie podcast with deep dives, interviews, and thoughtful film analysis?
We ain't got none of that. What do we got?
You want to hold the bucket?
Right, I'll hold the bucket, sit in the cuff
chair.
chair.
There I will never blink. I'll just be there holding the bucket.
I will never blink on her drapes, most likely. You look like a drape jizzer. R.I.P. that sweet, sweet pussy. It is known that Jessica Tandy had the sweetest pussy in Hollywood.
If you don't know, Google it. Don't Google Jessica Tandy's pussy, you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Doom Generation.
Available anywhere you find podcasts.
I didn't come here to talk. Lucky for you, they did.
Hopefully Nate had time to process
I hope he did too.
and
I know
breathe.
this is driving him up a wall.
He's doing that gif of James McAvoy and Wanted with the paper going. That's Nate right now.
Hey, I think I'm doing pretty damn good. I think we all are doing pretty damn good. Because we're just talking about the insanity of it. So that's a lot of good.
This almost is like covering a comedy where you just go, hey, remember when they did that funny thing? Remember when they did that funny thing? Remember when that funny thing happened? This is, hey, remember when that funny fight happened and someone's head got split open? Remember when?
Yeah. And that's I'm trying not to do that, but also we kind of have to because that's what the whole movie is.
But that's what this movie is full of.
It's one of those movies.
These splatterhouse, Herschel Gordon Lewis blood baths all over the place.
Yeah.
And every time they have one of these hyper gore scenes, they slow it. They slow the camera down.
Oh, they do.
They slow it super down. Like when the one dude hits, what was it? Zorro. Right? Ricky and Zorro punch each other in the fist, a la Teen Wolf 2. And goes right through. He goes right through Zorro's hand all the way up to his forearm. And it's slow, and there's chunks and meat and bone just going all over the place. It's wonderful.
It's graphic. I think to me the hardest thing is just understanding the tone. That flat out, that's where I struggled.
You should have caught that right away when they were fighting Oscar, and Ricky goes to punch him in the face, and it switches to an X-ray version.
Like, I love that. That was great.
Skull collapse. You should have known then.
I was fine with the tone of the fights. I'm talking about the tone of when it's supposed to be serious and when it's supposed to be
okay. All right.
That's where I had an issue.
I didn't take any of it serious.
There are legit moments that he's trying to be an emotional character.
Yeah,
with
I
the
agree.
Prisoners, with his girlfriend, with a lot of stuff. So now we're at the point where there's two wardens. You have your assistant warden, and then you have your main warden. The main warden's been in Hawaii.
Assistant warden was Cyclops because he only had one eye.
Kept his eye in his drink, but also it was full of mint.
Yeah, it sure was.
And he just
wanted mint.
Gross. Yeah,
it was pretty gross. And his one eye was red.
The fucking warden's son needed to die. I wish Ricky would have punched his head off.
A slow death. No, that was a slow death. Much needed slow death. That kid.
I was like, this fucking kid.
The kid didn't die.
I know. I'm saying I wish he had.
Kid.
I wish he had punched his head off.
Yeah. The kid reminded me of a character from the Spawn cartoon of that. The pedo looking character who tried to act like a kid, and he had that kind of same bowl cut fucking look to him, and he's fat and all this shit.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Willy Wonka, a Willy Wonka character.
Was it Gustav or Gustav?
When they got out of the car, like when they first arrive at the prison and everybody's out front, that's what it felt like was Willy Wonka when they first get to the factory.
Roll out the red carpet.
Was that written in the script, or he just topple over?
I was like, ha ha. I pulled a Millhouse. I was like, you fucking loser.
I think it was real.
probably really. I think he was just over exaggerating all of his movements and his pride. But and then he falls, and they're like, who put a bump in the carpet and
right.
pull out a prisoner? This guy did it. The fuck, I didn't do shit. And again, prisoners nowhere in any of the scenes leading up till they pull him out of midair. And it's this guy's fault. It's so Bugs Bunny. I know that had to be an influence of what they were trying to do. It's just
I would think
trying to figure out what, I don't want to say realism because there's nothing realism about this movie. I just don't know the thought process. I just don't know there's a director and everyone thinking this movie through, because for what I know, the manga is ultra violent. It's not a comedy manga. It's not a silly manga. It is, we're going to kill everyone, and it's probably going to be on every single page of this thing. Why then is this movie trying to be so silly about what they're doing?
They looked at the manga and they went, well, this is what happens. I bet every single one of those deaths in this film was in the manga. They pulled that right out of the book.
I would
guarantee
bank on that.
it. And so they go, well, how do we make this all serious? You don't. You just do it.
Some guy like Pete in the
just-
background in the production. You don't. Okay,
don't.
what he
You
said.
don't. Yeah, that's
It's like Turbo Kid when they pulled the intestines out of the one guy and hooked it up to the bicycle. How do you make that serious? You don't.
Well, Turbo Kid, the entire movie's not serious. That's my issue. There's never a serious moment in that movie.
maybe
This
the
one
serious moments in
tries.
this was meant to help us care about Ricky. Maybe that's what it was for,
Oh,
to
that's
give
possible.
to give his character and who he is a driving force.
Yeah.
And that if we didn't have those, would it be the same movie? I think maybe to Pete it would, but I think maybe me and Charlie would have had a different experience.
I'm torn.
Slightly. You know what I mean?
Because part of me watching this goes, an actual like old boy style version of this movie, take the silly out, but give me the ultra violence with this really serious story of Ricky either getting revenge on the opioid crisis, or he knows that's where the opioids that killed his girlfriend came from, and he just goes on this hell-bent destruction revenge story. I want to watch that. But also, I like a Kung Fu Hustle style R-rated gory ass movie. I just don't like it when they're blended, I think. Nate's head is exploding with me right now. And at this point, I'm doing this on purpose just because I'm like, you're making me drive this. And I don't know how to drive this movie. I'm watching it right now, and everyone's running through tiny elevators to get out of the cafeteria.
I was like, what is
Like, were they
this?
dumbwaiters? And if they were dumbwaiters, they were too low to the ground.
Laundry chutes, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe laundry
Maybe.
chutes. And then
Enough people
somebody
die
explodes in
and-
one of them for some reason.
So I had to read because they don't explain it in the movie. I know how to read. I also know how to lead. The warden's gun, his cartridges are gas-filled bullets.
Oh my God,
So
that's
when
straight
he
out of James Bond, for fuck's sake.
So when he shoots
Living that
someone,
die
they
shit.
expand. That's why the one guy blows up like Big Trouble in Little China.
I wondered. I was like, what? What?
Yeah,
It didn't make
and then-
sense to me at that moment.
That's why the elevator kind of explodes when that one guy gets shot in the ass. And because I'm with you guys. I'm like, what is that? What happened? What did I miss?
Right.
I had to read that it was gas-filled bullets that made them explode.
That also made me think Willy Wonka when he was getting big. I was like, what? This
We
is
have to go
weird.
juice him.
So, Pete, that brings up a very good point. I've read a couple of reviews. Some people say, fuck the English dub, watch the Mandarin with subtitles, because you get the full context of the jokes, the comedy, and what's going on, and a lot more is understandable. The English dub, I have a feeling, while it's fucking hilarious, and honestly, I don't want to watch it any other way, because this is my favorite dubbed movie ever. Okay? This is the best dub of a movie, period. I loved it. But I think they played fast and loose with things that they thought were important or maybe funny. So maybe they talk like, my bullets are gas filled, or there's a voiceover, the warden using his gas filled bullets to take out, prisoners when they riot. Something got lost in translation. You know what I mean?
Narrator. What if we had an older Riki-Oh, like telling a story? Like this is he's telling.
There
this
was
to
one
someone.
at the beginning. Why not keep that guy going?
Yeah.
The guy that's like, all the prisons are now privatized, and they're just basically like parking garages. Where you
Escape
pay
from
to
New
have your car
York.
parked.
It felt like Escape from New York.
You could have done, and it's fine. The movie's done. It's a cult favorite for all the reasons. But if we're
I
going to
see
sit here
why.
and go, what would make this easier to consume for an American audience? Yeah, some kind of voiceover, or if you're going to go that insane with the dub, just make it a whole different movie, but with the same movie playing. And I kind of think that's what they did. The American dub is not exactly what we're watching as far as the Mandarin that is being spoke and subtitled in here. Pete, that's your homework. Go watch this in Mandarin. Find the subtitles.
I gotta
look up
find
on
a
YouTube
copy.
and see if you can find it.
All right.
That might be
Right
the
now,
way to
I don't
watch
want Zen Clash to drop us.
No, not now. That's homework,
Not now.
which
Back
means later.
homework.
Yes, that's
After
future
class.
Pete. Yeah, future Pete problem. But I'm curious about that now because I think maybe a lot of it is because I saw enough reviews where people were like, "Yeah, don't watch the English dub." But Pete shared a screenshot of his DVD, and what was it? It said English 2.1, English 5.1, closed caption, quite possibly the greatest dub ever done for a movie in parentheses, right on the title screen.
Yeah.
I was like, that's brilliant. Like, lay into it, and I dig it. And as soon as they started talking, I went, yeah,
It's pretty
okay.
Good. It's pretty good.
Yep. I like this dub over. I get why Nate thinks he can be a voiceover artist. He thinks he can just do a bad New York gangster and do martial art movies. That's exactly his
wise
thought
guy.
Yeah, forget about it. Forget about
Fucking
it.
wise guy over here.
So we'll get to probably the scene most people, if you've never seen the movie, at least have seen, maybe seen a clip of, is the final battle. Ricky has fought pretty much everyone. He's killed most of the wardens. I do like that their riot police have spikes on their armor.
I noticed that. I was like,
I missed that. Oh yeah.
So yeah, whenever he I think he just took out he fought assistant warden, and then they sent the riot officers into this, like, down at the bottom of the stairway with the other prisoners, and they have like this big brawl. They're wearing black and white, but the shoulder pads have spikes. They're wearing
like it looks Legion of Doom.
Yeah, it looks very Legion of Doom.
they have bats with spikes in them.
Missed that. How did I miss that?
but it's not as cool looking as Legion of Doom. It looked like if you were LARPing Legion of Doom out in the field. Everything had to be made out of Nerf and styrofoam. That's what it looked like.
Nerf LARPing. Lord, I have not heard that term in forever.
But you get this final showdown between him and the warden, and that's where we get. It's not an exposition dump. The warden just drops a little nugget. I have studied through the same sensei you were taught through, and he starts taking his gun belt off. He takes his shirt off, and I'm watching this movie going, I have no fucking idea
what's going to happen here.
And then he starts like shaking and like, is he going to die? What is happening? And then he
Hulks
morphs.
out.
Yeah, he hulks out.
Jinx.
He morphs into this grotesque, I don't know what. Like, it kind of, if you've ever seen Double Dragon from the 90s when they made a Bobo in that movie, and the guy just gets really swollen up in the chest, and his fucking neck muscles hold his head straight and he can't move.
His face looks like he's had a lot of plastic surgery.
He's got those height cheekbones.
Kenny Rogers look to him.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know the names, but there's like this guy you've seen in Hollywood that's had so many plastic surgeries.
I know who you're talking about.
It's all plastic in here, and it's like, bro, and you see pictures of what they used to look like. You're like, the fuck is wrong with you?
You were perfectly...
It's a mental illness. It's got to
be. Agreed.
And you know what? Fuck you to the doctors that are perpetuating
making money off of it. Yeah,
exactly. There's nothing wrong with those people.
I do believe in medical reasons for stuff like that, but when you're just wanting to change how you look because of whatever
reconstructive nasal
surgery
passages
can be a lifesaver, literally.
100%. But if it's for vanity,
for vanity,
nah.
Especially when you get to that level.
That's a huge level to get past. But basically, that's what this guy looks like. He looks like Beverly Hills Doctors, Bruce Campbell in Escape from LA level plastic surgery happened on this guy.
Yes.
So I always bring it back to that. And we get a monster fight, which I was like, cool. Was not expecting that whatsoever.
Felt like a video game too. This movie did.
Yeah.
Like you get through the first boss, which you think is the big one, the assistant warden, and then haha, just kidding. The warden is actually the big boss. And not like literally becomes a big boss.
And that's a video game thing. How many times did you think you beat the game and then all of a sudden something more
Something
giant
else happens.
The old
Yeah, part
decrepit
2.
man in the corner goes, but you have one more to defeat.
Shut up, Mr. Button. And, he turns into Lopan and takes off running around.
Mr.
Guy was
Button.
7 foot tall. But yeah, so we get a pretty good fight. Ricky's getting his ass kicked.
Yep.
Again in this movie. He gets his ass kicked quite a bit
lot.
till he gets his chi going. He gets that Super Saiyan power and starts going nuts on everybody.
The light. Oh no, what was it? Oh shit. What's that from The Last Dragon?
The glow.
The glow. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Glow. You got to glow. We're going to do that one day. So yeah, he finally turns the
That's our second
tables
episode.
on this big bad, and we've been foreshadowed a giant meat grinder in the middle of the cafeteria, just there, wide open. They throw a guy's arm in it earlier just to show.
OSHA clearly is not present in Hong Kong.
No,
anywhere.
no fucks
No.
given.
This is
There's no OSHA, Pete. It's private. There's no OSHA.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you can't. OSHA
It's
can't
just an
go all
open
private.
vat with a blade in it that just.
Like a food processor your mom
Right.
had, that she would drop
It's
the
so
stuff down
big you
into
could
the
drop
top.
a cow in it, though. I mean, quite literally.
Well,
That's what
I
they're doing.
I think that's what they said. What's his nuts from the beginning? The big fat guy ate a horse the day before, and he's in. I forget what they called it, but he was in isolation because he ate a horse the day before. I'm starting to think it went through the meat grinder, and he just got hungry
Had
and ate
to.
it all.
How
Yeah.
do you eat a horse? One bite at a time.
You're so hungry
this-
you could eat a horse.
This is exactly where I made the comparison to to Dead Alive. It's basically the lawnmower scene. And
Oh, yeah.
Ricky picks this thing up after he's punched holes in it, drops him legs
Broke
first.
broke his leg. Ugh.
Broke his leg, yeah. But drops him leg first into
feet
this
first, yeah.
vat. And it's funny because it's like Ricky's pushing him down, because otherwise he's just spinning inside the vat. So
that's-
he's like physically trying to push him.
That's how Grandma makes the sausage. She's got to poke the meat into the.
So you got to push
meat
it. It takes
processor.
some effort, man.
Yeah, it's
get that pig intestine out there.
right.
Push that
Got
sausage
good
in
shoulder
there.
muscles. Yeah, you got to get that.
I love
That's-
good sausage.
Everything she said. Everything she said.
All of that. It was like every word. That's what she said. I don't care what.
I was
get
just like,
all
they're
of the
still
jokes.
going. They're still going.
All of the jokes. That's what she said. So
Oh.
they grind this up, and it's gory, but it's over the top gory. The shit's coming out the other end. It's just a red paste all the way down to the head.
The
And
head's
of course,
left.
Just
With
the
the
head.
cherry on top, literally.
And he gets to carry the head
Cherry on a meat pie.
outside. So he's like, I did this. Very Conan the Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he's holding Thulsa Doom's head,
Oh,
just
yeah.
throws it out into the crowd out there like, I am your freedom. And then, like Pete said earlier, he walks over and fucking just punches a giant ass hole in the prison wall. Guards and prisoners fighting, and they all stop. And then he just goes, "You're free." Roll credits. And I'm
Roll
like,
credits.
that's it.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a classic Shaw Brothers Golden Harvest Kung Fu movie ending where it just stops and it feels like you ran into a wall. Feels like
That's
you
how
were-
the other one ended, wasn't
Yep.
it? Where it ended on the big bad battle that didn't end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy, it's
Maddening.
like running in the dark and then running smack into a door and breaking your nose on whatever.
I don't know. I disagree. I felt like we had a beginning, middle, and end. I think it's just like he already took care of what happened to his
Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah, the movie's over for sure.
Yeah.
So,
But
but I'm like, so he gets to prison and then all this stuff happens
Mhm.
and he has to take care of business. But then by the end of it, he just decides to take everybody on himself and then kill the wardens and help free the prisoners who are all like they've all committed crimes and have a reason to be
They're
there.
all convicted prison, felons.
So, yeah.
that's my issue I have.
We feel
with
bad
it.
with the
That's
way
the issue
they're
you
being
have.
treated because it's like, yeah, they're in prison, but they are still people. Certain
But what
people.
did they do to get in there?
Well,
You know?
depending on crime, I mean, some people go to prison for drugs. They don't deserve to get.
And I agree with that. But
things like that.
ultimately, even if they were low-level criminals, if they walk out those walls, they're all escaped felons. Like,
yeah, they're all escaped. So it's like,
Yep.
is Riki-Oh just gonna be there in the corner, like waiting to take care of everybody? It's just, it's very,
that's the what the hell for me on the ending.
yeah.
That's
It's just,
exactly what it is.
That-
Like,
it's just like,
That's
so
why you
why
have
did
to
all
end
this
it like
happen?
that. There's no prologue here.
no,
And it also feels like the beginning of a trilogy. Like with him leaving and it ending that
okay.
way,
Yeah.
we could go into a sequel and see where he goes after the prison. Maybe
which is
there's
the manga that it
right.
keeps going.
True. I
But
keep forgetting
my
about that.
but my issue is they knew not to continue it as if there was going to be another one. Yet you're right. It does feel like there's more to this story. Maybe it's their way of going, now go read the manga.
Go read the manga.
You know,
That's true.
Hell,
Yeah.
honestly, at that point, go all in and then just like flash the covers of the mangas up and then roll credits over the manga. So you're
Yeah.
like, hey, now go read these, you
Yeah.
know, to get the full story of Ricky. I don't have any history with this movie. I don't have any nostalgia for this movie. So I am purely looking at this movie as I popped it in last night and I watched it. And that's how I'm having to rate this movie now. There's no love for this. Now, for love for the genre and what they're trying to do, yes. But that's why it sounds like we're kind of tearing it apart a little bit, is because even for us, we're trying to piece everything together.
We're trying to make sense of everything.
Yeah,
We're trying
even
to
if
just
it's-
what happened and
Even
why.
if it's a movie that your argument is don't do that, I can't help that because I have nothing to go off of to tell me
Right.
not to try to make sense out
But
of it.
I like
You know what
doing
I mean?
stuff like this with
Oh,
like
yeah.
dissecting and theorizing of the things. Why did he do this? Why didn't he do that? You know, things like that. I think
Yeah. Parker, go do Riki-Oh. I want
yeah,
to
we
listen
are
to you do this.
dissecting.
Yeah. No, copyright for dissect that film, but we're using it loosely and with permission.
Parker.
Yes, we always have permission from
We
Parker.
always do. That's right. Parker don't care.
I want to see it in writing. I don't trust that guy.
You get lawyers.
That's a
involved.
lie. I trust you, Parker.
Call
trust
HR.
Parker.
She'll take
Parker's
care of
not
it.
even his real name. How can you
It's
trust
his
a man that doesn't
last.
even
I
use
think
his
that's
real
a good
name?
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh boy.
I can't handle this stuff. All right, body count.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
Oh Lord.
I'm going to let you two guess, but I will also say it may not be as much as you think.
Okay, that's weird. All right, Pete. I'll go first. I'm gonna say 54.
I'm gonna go under that. I'm gonna say like 36. That's my guess.
Somehow Pete said 36 with a question mark. I just was trying to put
He's-
36 period.
period.
Exclamation point.
You both blew way by it. There's 21, and that's
No
including the dog.
way.
Aw,
21.
That's because that's what it said when
Including
I looked
the
it up.
dog.
including the dog.
21, including the dog. That, like Anna says, just out of nowhere gets kicked in half, its heart ripped out of its body, and dropped down to Ricky while he's buried in a hole, and he eats the heart to stay alive.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
No clue.
Poor pup.
No clue whatsoever. So, all right, yep, 21. It feels like a lot more, but that's also where I'm like,
There's so much blood, but I can see that it's enclosed. It's every kill is personal. No one's getting mowed down. Like
no, they're not
a
shooting
Rambo movie.
guns,
No one's
yeah.
aren't fields of people getting exploded or
And some
planets
people
being-
get hurt and don't die, you know. So
Mhm.
it's like,
Yeah.
like that old man killed himself, but he got fucked up
He sure
before
Before.
he killed himself with a block plane that I still don't know where it came from. I just have no idea where the hell that stupid thing came from.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
This I think is going to be the tough part.
I don't want to. I don't want to do
This
this.
is so
I don't want
hard.
to do this.
Yeah.
Is picking our favorite kill. I will give you an asterisk of gory moment too, because I'll go first. I'll start it off.
Okay, I'm glad you said
I-
gory. Yeah.
Well, what I'm picking leads to a death, but isn't ultimately what kills the guy. It is when Ricky punches Zorro's jaw off of his face.
Yeah, that's
with
cool.
that uppercut. Just he had busted dude's forearm off, like shattered, and then he uppercutted him through the soft palate. His fingers are coming out of his jaw. You see him rip the jaw off, and then the jaw's back on later. I don't know. It's an
Yeah,
Evil
don't worry
Dead
about
type
that.
thing. Now, Zorro dies because the ceiling of the prison
Squishes him.
him. But ultimately he's fucked up because Ricky fucked him up because of that. But I always love anything. It was my one complaint really with Project Wolf Hunting. No decapitations or anything like that. I
We
wanted
got 2 or 3 of those, didn't we?
Yeah, so this one I like a good visceral like "Gah!" and then gore coming out. So I'm picking the jaw from Zorro. Anna, let's go with you. What is your favorite kill and or gore?
So I did really like when the assistant warden died because it also had some elements of like Captain Rhodes in Day of the Dead a little bit, like when they all kind of swarm him at the end.
Yeah.
I can't remember who this happened to or when, but one guy gets punched in the head and there's like a crater where the fist hits.
Uh-huh.
I laughed really hard at that crater head.
Yeah.
I like that moment too. I was like, "Oh, that's
Looks
cool."
glued onto the forehead, not
Yeah.
indented into where his cranium would be.
Yes.
I chuckled at that too because I was like, it looks just like it's a fist wound. No, it's not. It looks like the Last of Us fucking mushroom head
Yeah,
thing.
he's
growing out
turning
of the
into a clicker or whatever they're
top. He's
called.
turning into one of those from the TV show. I did laugh at that. Pete, what about you? You had time to think? What are you picking?
Yeah, it's Oscar, right?
The tattooed Yakuza
the
guy.
tattoo guy. So not only
Yeah,
does he
that was
stick a knife in his belly, rip his intestines out, chokes Ricky with them. Ricky gets away and ties his tendons so that his hands work again. That whole scene is just it's bonkers.
someone
that
drops a
shit.
pun.
It's gory. It's gory Looney Tunes.
It is very
I
gory.
mean, it absolutely it reminded me a little Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3,
not two.
3, where Freddy pulls the
puppet.
veins
yes, and
use that person as a puppet. Was it
That's
3?
three.
That's
Okay.
three.
That's
Yeah.
three. That's the kid in the wheelchair that couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he makes him walk.
Mhm.
So this gave me flashbacks to that childhood drama.
A+ for creativity for a
Oh,
lot of
oh,
this
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no
Like
doubt.
I will give them that.
It's
Like, and to take it from, say, I don't know if it happened in the manga, but maybe
it had to.
they draw it that he does it. For them to go, let's do that in the movie. How the thought process of the prosthetic, and then having these dangly things there, and he, you know, you're tying it one-handed. You can't use your other hand. You can't go over to another guy going, put your finger right
Put
there.
your finger
Thank
here.
you. Yeah, and finish tying it. So yeah, it's
You had-
insane.
The gore also in this film is inconsistent, where that scene was really gross and really awesome, and then
Yeah.
some of those close-up headshots where things got punched or kicked or something weren't so good. Like,
Yeah.
the guy landing on those nails, that was a watermelon, I'm pretty sure.
It was a watermelon with a rubber face wrapped around
Yeah.
it. That's what it was. All right, well, let's do this. I don't know how the hell we're gonna do it, but let's rate this bad boy.
That was literally Riki-Oh kicking ass.
That's the movie right there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Every bit of it. So I'm gonna start with Pete because Pete has the most history with this movie, so he has the slight advantage over us. Pete, what are you ranking Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky?
For pure entertainment, it's an 8.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
I was highly entertained. It's absolute nonsense. Don't try to think about this one. Just watch it. If you
Yeah.
can find a copy of it, just watch it. It's ridiculous, hyper violent, and highly entertaining.
Very nice.
Fair. Simple.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, what about you? What are you ranking Riki-Oh?
I'm gonna give this a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised I had as much fun with it as I did. It's one I've heard of for a long time, much like Old Boy. It's funny we hit two of those back to back like that for me. But I'm glad I finally watched it. And if films such as these interest you normally and you haven't seen this, try to find it and give her a gander because it's at least a fun one time watch. But I would watch it
Mhm.
again if somebody said, "Oh, I've never seen that." I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I'll watch it with you."
Yeah.
So it's got that going for it.
Fair. Totally fair.
Charlie?
So I think I'm gonna play it a little bit safe on this one. I know I probably came off super critical about this movie, but again,
I don't think so.
just didn't know what I was in for. I am gonna hit it with a 7.5. I did have
Nice.
fun with a lot of it. I do want to watch it again. I got a really nice rip of it now, so I have the
Yeah, it's
ability to watch it
pretty.
now when I want to. And I feel like that score will go up on a few more watchings once I know what I am in for. A lot of times I don't want someone telling me how to watch a movie. Then there's other times I get done watching a movie going, I wish someone had told me at least kind of what this movie was going to be, because I built it up in my own head differently. I was just looking for a martial art gore fest, not Looney Tune martial art gore fest that also tried to tell a serious story. Still was having a little bit of trouble with that, but I did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. I loved all the gore. Like, nothing as far as the gore goes was anything that detracted from this movie. I had a ball with it. Jackie laughed her ass off, like I said. She probably rank it higher than me right now, because
Oh, wow. I'm
she was
glad.
just having so much fun with the insanity of it. And
Good.
that's high praise,
Mhm.
because she hates like goofy movies like Airplane and,
Hey.
Hot Shots, and, she
What's wrong
won't
with
watch
her?
those kind of movies, but this one just tickled her so much, and it's the insanity that tickled her. So yeah, I think I'm
Very
being
nice.
extremely fair. 7.5 for a first time watch. It's over. I'm on a whole nother movie that was on my hard drive. So Luca's all done over there as well. So that is
Fitting.
it. Anna, I think it's only fitting that it's a Nate episode that we hit him with a little bit of trash.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
Okay. From October 19th, 2004, 21 years ago, this person gave it a 1 out of 10, entitled Simply Disgusting and Beyond Stupid. I was warned before watching this movie, but nothing could prepare me for this kind of an experience. Never have I seen anything so disturbing or disgusting in my entire life. One of the worst movies I have ever seen. I did laugh, but after the film, I had a really horrible feeling. The first thing I wanted to do afterwards, watch Finding Nemo. It's scary that some people actually enjoyed this film. Maybe this was supposed to be a comedy, but was all that gore really necessary? And why was that stupid kid everywhere? They should have killed him. And the final fight with the warden, I thought the movie couldn't possibly get any worse, but it did. There should be laws against this film, and I'm sure there are, at least in the sensible countries of this crazy world.
Oh my.
That was a good trash opinion.
I liked
that
it.
one.
When
That's
he
just
mentioned the
somebody
kid,
that-
I was like, that's the one. I agree.
That's
Yeah.
somebody. No, he doesn't.
Has
he
no
doesn't like
concept of these kind of movies.
Ah.
No,
no.
somebody at work told this guy, "Hey, you need to watch this Riki-Oh movie," and
Yeah.
he's just did not know what he was recommending to
And
someone.
they're like, just to warn you, it's pretty bloody. And that's all they told him. Not how badly it was.
He's probably like,
blood
"Oh, I
and
watch
gore."
war movies. I play war
Yeah,
games. I can
I've
handle it."
I've seen Friday the 13th. Yeah, I can handle it. It's all good. I got this.
Oh
I
my
want
god,
this
I
guy
should
to-
show this to my dad.
I want this guy to review Turbo Kid so bad.
Yeah. I want him to
I know, I need to
review
find his
Dead
profile.
Alive. Like, let's watch that one. Let's see what your review
Uh,
on that
yeah.
is. All right. Well, that is the end of Nate's B birthday. You can put whatever. Anna can just put a big graphic up over. That's fine.
I had to message him. I was like, "Can you list that off because it's a mouthful?"
Yeah, that's what she said. There you go. We hit it again, Anna.
Hey.
So we do actually have one more episode for the month because it is a 5 Tuesday month. So we are going to treat Pete as we treated Anna during month of Anna. And me and Anna have decided to pick a movie for Pete.
Oh boy.
And we are bringing something we've been begging for on the podcast for years.
Is it a Godzilla movie?
But it's not what you're going to really expect. And I'll be 100% honest. I have no idea how Pete feels about this movie. It's 50-50.
I second guessed myself afterwards.
I gave Anna 3 choices, and this is the one she picked out of the 3. I made sure that here's my criteria. She didn't have to watch anything beforehand to do homework. Easily available.
Yeah.
And it's easily digestible for the audience as well.
Godzilla 98, isn't it, you assholes?
So close.
Oh, okay.
To putting that on the list, but I couldn't do it to myself.
Thank you. So, you're not going to make me watch.
I tell you what, let's have some fun with it. I will tell you what the 3 selections were.
Okay. Oh gosh.
And then we'll let you guess.
Yeah, I will
and then
guess.
We'll reveal what the. So the first one, hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Because I had everything down for it and I sent it to Anna. So we pull up our chat. Okay, here we go. Her first option was Gamera, Guardian of the Universe 1985, which was available on Tubi.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim 2013, available on Netflix.
Kick ass, yeah.
Kong Skull Island 2017 was available on Max. I thought I did good, but Anna
own all 3 of those.
Tell him what we were getting ready to cover. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better right now.
Me too. I was like, okay, good. Pacific Rim.
Dig it.
Ooh.
And I replied, my reply was, ooh, Pacific Rim, Charlie Hunnam, sold. And then Charlie goes, it was a toss-up for Hunky because Hiddleston's in Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, I got oh, there you go. You got one of the kaiju. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You got a second? I got something even better.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Go for it.
He's
I feel
like a
better,
kid.
Anna.
Okay,
He
good.
is. It could have been one he absolutely hated because there are some monster fans that did not like Pacific Rim. So I couldn't remember if this was one Pete enjoyed or not. So I feel way better about our selection.
Well, I was thinking about it after the fact, and I was like, damn, I kind of like thought selfishly in that moment about what I wanted to
I put options on that I was like, I didn't care about what one got picked.
Yeah.
So I was unsure if Pete liked Pacific Rim. Like I said, it could have been one where he's like, it was too sci-fi and I didn't like it. And rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
It seems like he's excited.
Good.
I have a 20-inch Striker Eureka. It's a Jaeger, never been opened.
Ooh. Also, Pete, I've never seen this all the way through.
Oh, really?
So when this movie came out, the one time I tried to watch it, I was actually watching it with a guy I liked. So that movie was the least on my mind at that moment.
I would hope so.
That's what she said.
It is. I
Literally.
did say that. Literally.
Yeah, I saw this in theater. So Pete, like I was telling Anna while you were running around like a little kid on Christmas.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were one of the like kaiju fans that didn't like this because it was just so far out there, with the storyline. Because there are some people that didn't like Pacific Rim that like kaiju movies. But it was my Hail Mary pass because I knew it would be I knew it'd be a good audience watch for our fans. Everyone has at least heard of it. It's Guillermo del Toro, so it had a lot of positives going for it. So
wait, Guillermo del Toro directed that?
He sure did.
Yeah, he did.
He did? I did not realize this.
Oh yeah.
That's why Charlie Hunnam was in Crimson Peak then.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie too.
It's also why it's a really freaking good movie. So,
Nice. Okay.
That's also why part 2 I won't even watch.
I'm stoked.
That
I didn't
version's
even know
not
there was a
good.
part 2.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
I own it, and I went, nah, I'm not going to watch it. I just
Yeah.
have it. It's just sitting.
One
in
day
the,
it'll be
in the
worth a
shop.
lot of money or something.
I doubt it. They'll be like, no, we don't like this anymore. All right, so we did good. Next week is the finale of Pete's birthday bash with Pacific Rim. We're bringing legit kaiju to the show because Pete fucking refuses to. So, there was one at the end of the movie that was a building and transmorphified into this giant thing and fought somebody.
Robo-geisha? Yeah.
Yeah, Robo Geisha, and then there was tiny kaijus in the other movie that we did, and no, kaiju, giant monsters, and Charlie loves giant robots coming together. Badass movie.
And Anna loves Charlie Hunnam.
And
win for
Ron
everybody.
Perlman's in this. We all love Ron Perlman. So,
Oh yeah, I love me
Idris
Sons of
Elba.
Anarchy.
Yep.
There's some pretty boys
Charlie
in this
Day.
one. Charlie Day.
Oh, I love him too. Man, I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right. So next week, Pacific Rim. And then right after that, we are rolling into our month of horror. All horror, all month for the spooky season. Everybody gets their own pick, so we all get our own flavors. And B Action will be releasing a horror episode every Saturday, action horror movie related.
And
So
what a lineup, y'all. It's going to be a fun, spooky season.
it
over here.
absolutely is. I don't think there's a bad movie among the bunch. I don't even think there's a questionable movie among the bunch.
Agreed.
Seen the one I picked?
Especially since I wouldn't let Ed pick House of the Dead. So I saved everyone. Okay. I saved
that's
all your
nice.
lives.
And over on the Barrens, we're doing a Hell House retrospective. That
Yes.
I'm very excited about. It's fun. Fun times are here, y'all.
That's right. Spooky season is here. Let's get into it. So we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.